We begin with Donald Trump's criminal trial. His former lawyer, Michael Cohen, faced cross-examination yesterday where the defense attacked his credibility after Cohen directly tied Trump to the falsified documents at issue in the case. Aaron Katersky is at the courthouse. Good morning, Aaron.
Good morning, George. The trial does not sit on Wednesday, so Michael Cohen will be back here tomorrow for more cross-examination that did take aim at his credibility and his motives.
Michael Cohen used to be full of flattery. The defense said he once vowed he would take a bullet for Donald Trump, admired Trump's success, and called The Art of the Deal a masterpiece. Cohen conceded, "That's how I felt," but he said at that time, "I was knee-deep into the cult of Donald Trump." Now the defense is seeking to cast Cohen as a witness with an agenda, bent on revenge, who badmouths Trump in books, on podcasts, and online. You referred to President Trump as a boorish cartoon misogynist, didn't you? Defense attorney Todd Blanche asked. "It sounds like something I would say," Cohen responded. "A Cheeto-dusted cartoon villain? That also sounds like something I said." Blanche asking, "You want to see President Trump get convicted from this case, correct?" Cohen replied, "Sure." Cohen kept his composure. Trump kept his eyes closed. Cohen testified Trump affirmed the plan to reimburse him the $130,000 he sent to Stormy Daniels to silence her claim of a sexual encounter that Trump denies. "Where did the conversation take place?" Prosecutor Susan Hoffinger asked. "In the Oval Office," Cohen responded. "The jury saw this picture of Cohen at the White House and this calendar entry." "Did he say anything about what would be forthcoming to you?" Hoffinger asked. "Yes," Cohen said. "It would be a check for January and February." The check stub said the money was part of a retainer agreement. "Were the descriptions here on this check stub false?" the prosecutor asked. "Yes," Cohen said. "There was no retainer agreement. Is that right?" "That's correct." Cohen is the only witness to directly tie Trump to the allegedly falsified business records. But in the first 2 hours of cross-examination, the defense did not ask about the records, the hush money, or Stormy Daniels. Trump left court declaring the day a win.
And Trump has said over and over that he would testify in his own defense, but away from the jury. When the judge asked, "Do you have any indication whether your client is going to testify?" defense attorney Todd Blanche answered no. And George, he went on to suggest the defense may call no witnesses at all.
Okay,
George.
Aaron, thanks to our chief legal analyst Dan Abrams and Rachel Scott, who's covering the Trump campaign. So Dan, let me begin with you. You were in that courtroom yesterday. Tell us about it.
One of the things that struck me the most is the fact that where the witness sits is in kind of a nook next to the judge, and the defense table's kind of in the middle of the room, and it allows Michael Cohen to look straight ahead and not look at Donald Trump, and Donald Trump to look straight ahead and not look at Michael Cohen. And that's exactly what was happening. They were both sort of staring straight ahead, but they're not staring at each other. And every time Michael Cohen would walk past Donald Trump, you could see there was going to be no eye contact between the two, very formal passing, et cetera, as if the other person didn't exist. With regard to the substance of what happened, so far, not a whole lot surprising, right? They're going after Michael Cohen's motives. There's a lot to work with right there. Their defense saying it's for money, it's for revenge, it's for relevance.
His basic answer is yes.
Yeah, yes-ish. But see, a lot of the time he hedges a little bit. He says, that's something I would say. And then he says, well, did you say it? And then eventually he concedes, yes, it is something that I said. So far, it's all been about why he's doing this as opposed to the details of what happened.
Is there really a chance that Donald Trump takes a stand?
None. There's no way Donald Trump.
So we'll see the closing of this case probably
pretty soon. I mean, they're talking about an expert witness who they may call, but we're going to see the end of this case, I think, next week.
And Rachel, we saw more Republican politicians in the courtroom yesterday. The Speaker of the House.
A striking moment in American politics, George. This is not just any Republican lawmaker. This is the Speaker of the House, the second line to the presidency, showing up in this Manhattan courtroom outside to blast the American judicial system and to do what Donald Trump cannot do, which is go after the witnesses, including Michael Cohen. We know that Donald Trump is barred from doing that under this gag order. But if you had any doubt that this is a Republican Party that has lined up around the former president, all you have to do is look at that image of Trump and all those Republicans lining up right behind him, including some that are hoping to be his running mate.
You also cover Capitol Hill. Democrats saved the Speaker's job last week. They're unlikely to do that again.
Unlikely to do it again, George. Look, they went out on the line for him. Speaker Johnson was able to get aid to Ukraine passed, keep the government funded, and Trump came to his defense.
Rachel Scott, Dan Abrams, thanks very much.